Just hours after the new Iraqi government declared a 60-day state of emergency throughout the country, U.S. forces stormed the rebel stronghold of Fallujah, the first stages of a full-scale offensive to put an end to insurgent attacks. Retired Army Colonel Mitch Mitchell is a CBS News military analyst. He joins us this morning. Good morning, Colonel.
Good morning, Harry.
We want to talk about objectives here a little bit to begin with. People who have not been paying attention every day. Describe what this place is. This is still part of that old Sunni triangle. This has been a no-go zone for U.S. forces for months now. Why is this such a big deal?
Well, Harry, you know, this is the place where Alawi is going to determine whether he has legitimate elections or not. He wants the people of Fallujah to vote, and the only way they can vote is to be free to do so. The way that happens is the Marines and Army soldiers you see in the assault right now are going to go in and clear out the insurgents and the foreign fighters and give the citizens of Fallujah an opportunity to vote.
There have been estimated 3,000 to 5,000 insurgents in this one area, city of about 250,000 people. Is your assumption they're going to stay and fight, or since this assault has been well known for weeks now, is there a good likelihood that they have just disappeared back into another town someplace?
I don't think they have initially. They're going to see what the Americans bring to them, but I think after today you're going to see a lot of them meld away, because this is going to be some difficult fighting for them. It's tough enough for us getting into the urban areas with all the different battles that we have to fight. We have to be up against IEDs, we have to be up against booby traps, snipers. It's going to be very, very difficult. But for them, it's going to be much worse, because we're bringing in firepower from the ground and from the air, and it's going to be terrible for them. Tomorrow will tell the tale whether we're in there for a couple weeks or just a few days. One
of the Marines I heard interviewed over the last 48 hours or so was a little worried about rules of engagement. There's still civilians in this town, maybe as much as a quarter of the population. If you're a Marine on the ground with a gun in your hand, that makes your job that much more difficult, doesn't it?
It is so difficult, Harry. The rules of engagement say you can't take civilians under fire. But if civilians are in the same house where you have a sniper shooting at you, then the civilians are very much in danger, because you're allowed to shoot back then. So we hope that the leaflets and the broadcasts that we put out before this fight began will convince the civilians to get out of there. Right now we think there's 50,000 of them still left in the city. A very difficult situation for us.
How important will it be, assuming that this mission is successful, to hold on to this town?
It's going to be extremely important, but the only way that I see us doing it right now is to keep all the U.S. forces in there until the Iraqi armed forces and police can prove that they can guard the city properly. If we leave after this fight is over, the insurgents and the foreign fighters will come right back in, and the situation will be the same as it was before, and the people of Fallujah will not be able to go to the elections as they want to right now.
And there's one Iraqi force, apparently what it's called the 36th, among all these Iraqi soldiers that have been trained, that seems to have gotten its act together and is alongside these American soldiers there, that really could make a difference.
This is the 36th Commando Battalion. They're a special forces unit trained by U.S. Special Forces, and accompanying them. They took the hospital yesterday, actually, in a tough little fight. But when I say tough little fight, that's on the outskirts of the hospital. When they got to the hospital, they took it without a single shot being fired. So it was a great combined exercise between the U.S. Special Forces and the Iraqis.
Mitch, thanks so much, as always. Do appreciate it.